natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today. Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today.
we preach the virtues of democracy abroad. We must practice its duties here at home. Voting is the first duty of democracy, by Lyndon B. Johnson. I would like people to be educated on the voting machines, making sure that our democracy isn't being hijacked by computer technology. There is no reason there can't be a paper trail on those machines, by Eddie Vedder. And with that, you're welcome to Atn Politics on Atlantic Television Network. This is the network's flagship program that discusses core political issues and trends with relevant political stakeholders. And today on Atn Politics, we will be discussing core issues from different political landscapes, such as in Edo State, the Guba, the Assembly faults IGP on ESSN ban. In Enugu State, NCEC recruits 12,800 ad hoc staff for local government polls. And in the APC, state chairman to meet Tinubu, the National Working Committee on Hardship. And PRP criticizes the lawmaker's wife for sugarcane empowerment. Before I call on our guests for today's show, I'll first take a very short break, and when we return, we'll head straight into the duties for today. Stay tuned.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today. Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what
I have.
Welcome back to Atn Politics on Atlantic Television Network, right here in the political city of Port Harcourt. I am your host, Raymond Ken Bata, and our guest today is the Secretary General of Uniport Alumni River State Chapter and a political analyst. I'm talking of none other than Dr. Atn Alamonia Ibieneye. It's a pleasure, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Welcome again to Atn Politics.
It's always a pleasure, as usual.
You're always welcome, sir.
Thank you.
All right, without taking any much of your time, let's head first to Edo State, where the House of Assembly on Thursday faulted the move by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, to ban the Edo State Security Network, ESSN, from polling units in the forthcoming governorship election in the state. The majority leader of the House, Charity Agwobarehia, who addressed journalists in Benin on Thursday, said that the security network was established in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Agwobarehia told newsmen in Benin that the security network would continue to protect the people regardless of the IGP's pronouncement, and the press reports that the IGP had on Wednesday ordered the suspension of the activities of the security network till further notice. The move, according to the IGP, was to ensure transparency in the September 21st gubernatorial election. But Agwobarehia told reporters that only a court of law can order the suspension of the Edo Security Network. Agwobarehia emphasized the importance of ESSN in the provision of security and helping to secure lives and property, especially in the rural areas of the state. Doctor, there's a clash of interest between the IGP of police and the House of Assembly as pertains the local security outfits and their participation in politics. The police had banned all security outfits not of the federal police and other sister agencies from participating in the elections come September 21st, which is very close at hand. And the House of Assembly is saying that, I mean, you don't have the right to do that since this body was formed having the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and at heart while forming this body, and this is playing a very huge role in the security of lives and property in Edo State. What do you say about the difference in opinions and conflicts that arises therefore, and how it will affect the upcoming elections in Edo State, sir?
Well, the IGP would have spoken based on information he has gotten or maybe perceived information, because for him to say that the local security of vigilantes shouldn't be part of the process, maybe he is local to the system. Like the members are suggesting that it is a constituted body linked to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Exactly. I believe that the police are there to enforce laws, not to create laws. They can advise.
Okay.
Yes, and again, like they've said, that it is a competent court of jurisdiction that could make such pronouncement. But I think he is not, because somebody who has grown to the position of an IGP, yes, his words are expected to be checked. And so I believe that he would not just be making statements unguardedly. Maybe it's also possible that it was taken out of context. So, possible. Or election is not a battleground. Whether you're for or against, there are ethics to voting. The electoral body, who is an umpire, like out who their leader would be.
Exactly.
And so neither of the parties who are there to see that things are done properly should be a means of vice or vices to the situation. I think that it is only fair that this period voters be oriented, so you would not have situations where you have voided votes. Much of voided votes. At least if this time they should use it to orientate the people, see that people are duly registered, they have their voters card. There are some things that are pertinent, or maybe something that there are things that are vital. And I think that if the persons, because from their statement, they are saying that these are people that have also curtailed security to a large extent. And if the people that are voting have not cried out to say that, no, these people who are vigilante are partisan, or maybe if you've been able to find out that they are affiliated to political parties and out of political interest they can come up with, I think the election should just be discussed.
Okay, sir. But, sir, there's conflict of interest on many fronts. The PDP, of which they are the party in power in Edo State, made a claim. I mean, in fact, the PDP chairman of Edo State, I mean, pointed to the IGP himself and called him biased. And said that he is biased because the PDP believes that the IGP is taking orders from the presidency, which is an APC government, to install the APC government in Edo State. And he laid his claim based on the fact that since the death of the policeman at the Benin airport, at the arrival of Philip Shaibu from Abuja, and there was some fracas at the airport, and a policeman lost his life. The PDP chairman made a claim that only PDP stalwarts and chieftains have been arrested and detained, and that they demand them to be released before they could believe that this election would be free and fair. And because of that, they declined to even sign a peace accord. On the other hand, the APC is looking towards the Edo State Security Network as an arm of the PDP government in Edo State. Oh, you have your local militia, we should work with the police. And the police and the militia are, I shouldn't call them militia, security network.
Security,
yes, security, yes, yes. So both sides are holding on to their security apparatus to help them through the election period, because the PDP is claiming that the police is going to be biased and start still intimidating more and more PDP stalwarts. So the point where I'm trying to make a point now is that, are we really mature for state police? Are we really mature for state police? Should state police be instituted having this as a case study, sir?
You already have 23 states running into their policing. And even from the analogy drawn from those situations, you're finding out that it is constituted. So it will, in as much as we don't fight against the Constitution, that's what keeps all of us going.
Yes.
But on the other hand, if they are pointing out to the IGP of being biased, I don't believe in speculations, because I know that people can accuse people falsely, but it's actually the job of the police to investigate. Are we together?
Yeah.
If there are evidences that the IGP is biased, rather than saying all this, they should say he should leave the seat.
Would he?
For fairness.
Would he?
He might not leave, but at least you have heard your own view or opinion. Are we together? Yes. At the end of the day, police does not vote. The IGP would not vote. The vote relies on the people there.
Sir, are you trying to tell us that the police have never compromised in this country concerning electoral matters?
No. I'm not saying, I'm not holding a brief for the police.
I do understand.
I'm not holding a brief for either of the parties.
But you're giving them a clean bill of health, sir.
No, in fairness, are we together?
Yes, sir.
I believe that if something is happening, you must give everyone a benefit of doubt.
Okay.
Let them prove themselves incompetent. You shouldn't prove them. We even have a competent court of jurisdiction that could pronounce cases if those persons are found wanting. Are we together? I'm
Very
just
true.
looking at it on the first slate. If you find out, that's one thing. A lot of persons believe that if their politicians is to blackmail people, is to lie about and do two things to take over power. No, I believe that the truth is what can get you to the top. I don't believe that you need to pull somebody down to get to the top. To me, it's stupidity. Because if for any reason you're given the power and you're there, are you for a set of persons? You're there for everybody. You know, the government should not be a system where after you're through, everybody dies, new people come, they create. No, it should be continuous. And so if someone is not performing his or her role, it should be pointed out. So you have what you call the people's power coming to play. Because you don't have, for now, the police are there as people to enforce law and ensure that there are peace
to cut in,
processes.
if the police was doing, if the police had had their job intact and performed credibly well, I don't think that the Edo State Security Network could even come in. I don't think outfits like Amotekun would come in if the Nigerian police was up and doing. And at the same time, we are having a situation where, because of how effective Edo State Security Network is, the House of Assembly is ready to shorty for them that they have to participate in the elections, because on security matters, they've performed credibly well. That's why I brought out the case concerning state police. That, okay, let's use Edo State Security Network as Edo State Police, per se, for an example. And we now institute state police. And state police is now making it difficult for the federal police to even do its constituted role. That's why I asked, are we ready for state police? Or is this, are these cases going to be a recurring decimal once state police comes in?
No, there is a way I see it. There is nothing wrong in state policing.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it. They are, in fact, they are helping in policing. And so the police should not see them as a threat, except they're incompetent. Are we together?
Yeah.
Now, if you decide to, what's the number of police in this country compared to the population?
Yeah.
Policing is difficult. So if you have agency bodies that are helping, it should be welcomed with open arms. Are we together?
Very
and
true.
If somebody is there to truncate those efforts, it is not just a situation, it's a dent to the image of this nation. And no individual should drive this nation or plod this nation into chaos. It shouldn't be accepted, irrespective of who the person is, because the person is not greater than Nigerians. And that's why when it's like this, you begin to pull the people's power. Now, if, as long as the situation is not false accusation or maybe they are normal, to me, I see these things as distractions. The real issue and their plot will be going on. While they bring up this situation, you just be talking about, but they already know the plan and what they want to come up with. So you within that purview, who is voting, who has interest, you shouldn't be carried away. You should be focused and then be bold enough to point out that which ought to be.
Okay.
Because in life, whether, I'll give an instance with myself.
Okay.
Whether I like it or not, I cannot be sitting down here in the next 100 years. I would have gone.
Yeah.
So what I do is time bound.
Yes.
And so if I must do anything or if I must say anything, I must look at it holistically, fairly, knowing that we have generations coming up, some of which are children.
Yeah.
And so we must do things to protect their future.
Very true. Very true. Well put, sir. Well put, sir. Anyways, let's move on to Enugu State, where NSEC, the Enugu State Independent Electoral Commission, has employed 12,800 ad hoc electoral staff for the forthcoming Enugu State local government elections. It will be recalled that NSEC had fixed September the 21st, 2024 for council polls into 17 chairmanship and 260 ward councillorship positions in Enugu State. The chairman of NSEC, Professor Christian Ngo, disclosed this to newsmen on Thursday in Enugu while warning against the activities of scammers that might defraud ad hoc electoral staff applicants. Ngo said that there would be at least 3 ad hoc electoral staff in each of the state's 4,145 polling units for the council elections. He disclosed that the ad hoc staff would be holding their training few days to the elections. According to him, the training might probably be on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Right, sir, the bone of contention in this story, sir, it's concerning the process of vetting that brings about the staff of the NSEC, ad hoc staff of the NSEC. Are they vetted to be sure that they are not members of political parties? Are they vetted to make sure that they don't have any vested interest in these elections that may bring up some other situations that will derail the electoral process? How did they arrive at the vetting process? How are we sure that this is not going to be hijacked by the party in power? Because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Let me get your comments, sir.
You know, interestingly, what I'm seeing is different.
Okay, sir.
I'm seeing a situation where it's a plus. You from the suffering masses of Nigeria, people have gained job. Are we together?
Oh, very together.
No matter how the job description would be,
Okay.
those persons at least are now on record that they are INEC. And again,
Yes.
it is also suggested that they should pass through normal processes before being co-opted. So if that is done, it's a plus. So they should be doing more elections everywhere, so more Nigerians can acquire jobs. Again, looking at those persons, if they are into political parties, I think this whole situation has to do with an appeal to the conscience and the mindset of these persons. If you're in a political party, it's not a cult group, it's not a devilish group. You are not an enemy to Nigeria to be a member of a political party. And so you should stop anything that will endanger or try to, mar the interests of Nigerians.
Won't it be conflict of interest?
No, it doesn't. That's why it's an appeal to conscience. Are we together?
Conscience in a procedure where you are expectant that your party will win, and there will be you don't even need to induce them. You don't even need to induce them so much to be able to work for their party.
No.
In the electoral process.
No.
Okay,
one
sir.
thing is certain. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
You might be. I believe that in elections, the most popular person wins. Yes. If you're the most popular person, they cannot rig you. You can quote me anywhere in the world.
Sir, there have been situations
No,
where
wait.
it has been believed that this person was popular, but the person lost.
no,
even
wait.
in the last 2023 presidential elections, sir.
So even with that instance, who is more popular that has lost? No. The most popular person wins. Now, it doesn't mean that the other person is not popular. You're popular, but are you more popular than this person? What am I saying in essence? If there's an election, for instance,
Yeah.
in this department, everybody working at this department, they know themselves. Are we together?
Yeah.
Now, even if they want that somebody to come, it might only be an appointment. Because once you bring it into a context where there will be voting, the people's power must count. So even if you're an INEC staff, it does not qualify you to rig an election. And so the will of the people, if the people are able to say, this is our mandate, you cannot avert it. So the orientation should be within these lines. So the people is not just coming to vote. If you just vote and then they rig you out of it. The process, that is why the INEC processes be scrutinized properly for transparency. Beginning from the units, the ward there, where the polling units are, results should be displayed. There and then, if those people, those locals that are within that confines, they already know who is dominating. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So if you're not popular enough to get your unit, it will be difficult.
In a situation where, we are talking of Enugu State, which is controlled by the PDP.
Yes.
If the Enugu State governor
Yes.
had told party stalwarts,
Yeah.
make sure out of this number of people that NSEC needs, of which he is the payer of NSEC,
Yes.
this ad hoc staff,
Yeah.
make sure that half of the people that are employed there are from our party, since it's empowerment.
It doesn't matter. Even if he says all of them
Yes.
are from the party, those numbers, are you telling me that 12,000 person is higher than the population?
Sir, they can make an effect on the results. Even those
If
that
they
are not
could.
even party.
No, what I'm saying.
Those that are not even party faithfuls.
No, what I'm saying.
Would even do. Then not to talk of party faithfuls.
No, what I'm saying is that if they could, then the INEC process is not transparent.
We are in Nigeria, where most of the processes.
Nigeria is not hell. Nigeria, to me, It's the best part of the world. If you're able to...
So we have the best elections here?
No. Which other election can you say that is not mad with it? Even the one in US they just did recently with Biden and all that. So there is no way, in managerial, I'm a managerial scientist.
Yes, sir.
And there is a cause, there's what they call comparative management.
Okay.
Are we together?
Yes,
it's
sir.
a cause. In that comparative management, you tend to, all cannot be equal. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
If one is higher than, the other must be lesser than. So when you discuss comparison, you don't use one as a yardstick. You discuss it per their roles. These are some of the mistakes most persons make. They tend to pull Nigeria down and then pull other nations higher, while those citizens pull their nation higher, and so they always have an edge over the country.
Yeah.
Now, they should be, when you look at, if INEC is not performing well, why? That's why I'm also of the view, I'm not really interested in pointing out issues. I'm interested in solutions. Because issues are everywhere. And that is why the people are lamenting. They want to get out of it. How do they get out of it? That's the interest of the masses. That's the interest. So if they want to look at Nigeria, and these situations, if you find out that several elections have come and gone, there must be recommendations. They have observers. If you think that these observers, the roles they are coming up with are not vital, I don't think it's necessary having them. You should be able to look at situations where the observations that you have is pointing out loopholes where there are shortcomings or shortfalls. And so you improve on them. That's why you have researchers. That's why the academicians are there. When you look at this, you can carry out analysis and then also recommend or provide solutions.
Okay.
So if you look at, and they just believe that in Nigeria anything goes, everything doesn't go in Nigeria. If everything goes, some persons will not be suffering the way they are suffering now. So if they are suffering, they should pull the force to where the suffering is coming from. And I believe that no force can hold it.
Okay.
No force. And that will limit and stop that situation where they try to snuff life at will out of people at the comfort of their zones.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. I like the patriotic thing, the thing of patriotism that you've infused there, because at this point in time, Nigerians are very low on patriotism because of the hardship in the land. But I believe that with the likes of you infusing and injecting positivism into the system, I mean, it's much more needed at this time, at these gloomy times. I want to thank you for that input, sir. All right, we've been speaking to Dr. Atn Ibieneye, the Secretary General of the Uniports Alumni Association, River State Chapter, and we've been picking his brains on varied topics concerning politics of our dear country, Nigeria. That moves us to the next topic, the Forum of All Progressive Congress. The state chairman of All Progressive Congress have promised to meet President Bola Tinubu and the party's national leadership to discuss the excruciating difficulty facing many Nigerians over the hike and scarcity of petroleum products. The chairman, who addressed the news media after their meeting at the National Secretariat of the party in Abuja on Thursday, disclosed that the state of the nation, particularly the hardship in the country, was amongst the items on their agenda discussed during their meeting. The forum particularly commended the party's National Working Committee, NWC, under the leadership of Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, for extending the tenure of Tony Okocha-led River State Caretaker Executive Committee. Ahead of President Bola Tinubu's speculated cabinet reshuffle, the forum singled out Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, for commendation, describing him as a performing minister whose works are visible in all facets. Speaking during the press conference, the forum chairman and secretary, Cornelius Ojelabi and Alphonsus Oga Eba, respectively, noted that on the hardship experience in the country, we know that everybody has been complaining and we are not unaware of that. But we say that we are going to have a closed-door meeting with the party on one side and the federal government. But until the meeting is held and matters are advised, it will be premature to talk to the media on the issues. Be rest assured that in no distant time, you will hear the outcome of our meeting. Yes, sir. So the party chairman of the APC have decided to reach out to the president, leader of the party, and also those concerned with the economy, concerning the hardship faced in the country. First of all, they are hinging on the scarcity and the hike in petroleum products. I know that the price is inching closer to 1,500 naira, which is not funny. Sir, what do you think might be the result of the meeting they will have with their boss, the president?
Well, it's their political party chairmen learning from occurrences in this country. If such body is there and they want to see the president or the National Working Committee wants to see them, or for whatever reason, whom the court has pronounced should be part of it. That makes it holistic. And with the way Nigerians are suffering, and as a managerial scientist, I will also advise that you reduce oppositions. If you have 100 persons that are your opposition, if you have the opportunity of not having one, is good. If you have, let it be reduced. It doesn't mean that you must eliminate them. Are we together?
Emeka Beke is in opposition to the National Working Committee's choice.
That's what I'm saying. The APC is mentioned here.
Yes.
The Emeka Beke is an APC person. So why the fraction? The president of this country is the father of everybody, whether in PDP or APC or ABGA or any other person.
But it's in general knowledge that he is in conflict with the faction representing Chibike Rotimi Amechi.
No problem. Whether there is the courts, we're not looking at individuals here. Are we together?
Yes.
We're looking at having a law-abiding society. Under any guise, there should be law and order. So people don't claim that they're in this group and this group. At the end of the day, if election processes are there, they are voting. It reduces the risks of tension. It reduces things that could jeopardize the electoral process.
Who in this point now is the unstable, or is the unstable factor? Is it from the national or is it from the state?
No, the state, as pronounced by the courts, is stable. Are we together? Now, if maybe the chairman in the respective states is meeting, yes, no, they cannot. If they recognize,
yes, it was in
no,
the news.
wait, no, I understand that it was there. Are we now saying that the law should not be? If we say so,
you're welcome to politics, sir.
Nigerian politics, no problem. It's not Nigerian politics. It's everywhere.
No, at least this is the Nigerian version.
No, it's everywhere.
Just like jollof rice. There's Ghana jollof rice.
No problem.
And so, but Nigeria jollof rice.
No,
I mean, this is Nigerian politics.
No, what I'm trying to say is that if we look at it that way,
I was just making it light.
No. Yes, I understand. If we look at it that way, then it means that anything goes. That's a banana republic. That's a country sitting on a time bomb. That's a state building aggrieved minds. If we're looking at politics, is not to kill anybody. It is to look at the well-being of the people at a common front. If you come out to say you want to do politics, it means that you should be scheming towards making the society or the organization better than.
Okay, so let me redirect our focus.
Yes.
Do you think that it's the actions or inactions of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that has really brought about the pinching pain of hardship in Nigeria? Is it his personal managerial style or his policies, or is he to blame for what Nigerians are passing through right now?
No, it is not to be blamed. Like this instance now.
Yes, sir.
Are we together?
Yes, sir.
The people that is coming up are chairmen from their respective parties in their respective states.
Yes.
Now they want to meet the National Working Committee. It is expected from a clean and a pure heart that questions be asked. What about the pronouncement of the court? Once the court has pronounced, except it is set aside, you don't set it aside. Because you have younger ones that are growing. You have a society and a future to protect. Now, if they are meeting the president and the president accommodates them without that party that the court has pronounced, then one can begin to say that is fair, that is not fair. One can boldly say is encouraging people not obeying rule of law. But now it has not gotten to that stage. Are we together?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that the chairmen of those respects should look at it and make sure that as they are moving along because they are models.
Okay, they have proposed that reshuffle of the ministers.
Yes.
That there might be.
Yes.
Definitely, because the presidency has not given any hints towards that. Yeah. But there has been pressures from different corners and quarters.
That's why they're praising one of the ministers. So they have how many ministers is one they are.
Yes.
So their pattern of politics.
What do you think about that?
To me, their pattern of politics is narrow.
Why do you say so? Is the FCT minister not performing above average?
No. Like I said.
Yes, sir.
I'm a managerial scientist.
Yes, sir, but now you're a politician, sir.
No. Outside politics.
Sir, I'm saying the glimmer.
No problem.
I'm saying the glimmer of. I mean, sir, you need to contest this coming local government elections.
No, wait.
I never saw this in you up till recently.
No problem.
So you're an astute politician, sir.
No. What one is saying.
It's a compliment, sir.
No problem. What one is saying is that if you look at. Like I said, as a manager, there is a course called organizational behavior.
Okay.
In that course, you find what they call comparative management.
Is Wike
no,
worthy of
what
being
I'm trying
retained?
to say, no, what I'm saying is that, except if you want to compare him now, you can only compare him with people that are working at their respective fields as ministers. Are we together?
Yes.
Of which there are different portfolios.
No, but definitely there are parameters to be able to adjudicate. I mean, is Wike performing above average according to your own? Yours now. I don't want to use the general.
What I'm saying
from your own perspective and from your own opinion.
What I'm saying is that I cannot, if I am the chairman of the panel. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Or I've created a forum, or I'm part of a forum that will draw an analysis and then awards be given to people, credible people,
yes, sir,
at their respective sitting position. It is on that base. Are we together?
I mean,
so you don't jump into
APC chairman to commend
PDP but with the analysis that they've given.
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yeah.
Not co-opting still a member of APC that the court has pronounced. It means that they are dancing to a wrong step.
In your opinion?
Not in my opinion, to majority view.
But
because
you're not a member of the APC. Are
you don't need to, like I said,
okay, sir.
even if you're a member of APC or you're not a member, you cannot do this except you're into political party. If you're there for that reason, it's fine. But it should not be overwhelming to the point that everything you want to do is like, maybe somebody is hungry. The person wants to eat. You're telling the person that the person must smoke. Or the person must die. It is not what the person is requesting. What the person wants is food. If you cannot provide the food, let the person be. It is on that instance.
Okay, sir.
And so if we begin to look and say, no, they want to shuffle the cabinet, it is the president who looks at competence,
okay,
driving this nation to the next level.
Okay, sir.
That could look at the competence of the individuals that are working at those respective offices to say, no, this one needs to be changed. Are we together? Yes. If the chairmen are coming out to say they should reshuffle them, it is believed that they also want their likes to be placed inside, maybe because they will claim that their effort was there. But by the INEC report, it is not reporting that it was there. It is reporting the vote, the people's power, the people's vote.
Okay, sir.
And so you don't maneuver and try to bring in some level of ideology that doesn't count with some persons trying to be manipulated.
Okay.
If something is only a blind man, not undermining them. Are we together?
Okay.
Because the institution of the blind, their focus is very high. Are we together?
Yes.
They know how to, they can walk from this place, go. I know somebody who doesn't see, but moves around Port Harcourt. So I'm not undermining them at any point, but what I'm trying to say is that it is only such person you can see and tell the person that this thing is black. And the person will think that it is black because the person has confidence in you that it is black. But if you write and put right here that this is white, you will find out that the person will only feel it and tell you that, my brother, you think the person is blind, but the person will tell you that this thing is not black. Okay, sir.
I see the tact and the dexterity that you've been able to handle these questions. They have not been easy questions, I can tell you. But I want to commend your answers either way. Let's move on to the heavy empowerment question concerning Hajia Fatima Aliyu Aminu Garu, the wife of Honorable Aliyu Aminu Garu, member representing Bauchi Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives, has been criticized for allegedly distributing sugarcane sticks to some youths as an empowerment initiative. Pictures of the event have attracted ridicule and criticisms from the lawmaker's wife. Weighing in on the situation, the Bauchi State chapter of the People's Redemption Party, PRP, expressed disappointment. In a statement, State Secretary of the PRP, Abdulaziz Haruna, said that this gesture falls short of the expected standards of representation for the good people of Bauchi Federal Constituency. As a party, we believe that the genuine representation goes beyond mere tokenism and selective empowerment programs. The people of Bauchi local government area and federal constituency deserve more than just meager handouts and superficial gestures. They deserve meaningful developmental initiatives that address their pressing needs and concerns. All efforts made to get the reaction of the member representing Bauchi Federal Constituency was not successful, but one of his aides told the press that the lawmaker had traveled out of the country on an official assignment. Yes, sir. We are even seeing pictures of the wife of the honorable member of the Federal House of Representatives, giving out sugarcane sticks to youths. Sir, is she is she standing in for the husband? Is she preparing her own political portfolio? Is she trying to garner attention? What was the reason? What are the reasons? Before we go to what parameters should be used to judge a constituency project, but what are the reasons for her husband is not available, but she is standing in per se? Is she standing in, or she has her own personal agenda? What's going on there, sir?
You know, normally
empowerment, sir.
It is often said. It is often said and on record, yes, that what God has joined together,
yes, sir,
no man should put asunder,
including politics.
Yes, yes, politics and that. So, for whether she's standing for her husband or not, it will be left for the husband and herself to discuss that. But rather than discussing who she might be representing, I would rather point out to Agetso what she has done.
Okay.
You know, giving out the sugar canes. You see, some persons might look at it and consider it laughable. Some might look at it and look at the productive aspect of it. It's like cassava, the way the stem is.
Yes.
Somebody can come and share those stems. Those who know the importance of the stem can use it, especially these very hard times of this nation, where people are trying to put themselves together to see that they come up with something meaningful. They could plant it and then, so, but first thing first, the purpose by which it was given is my interest.
Okay.
Are we together? If the reason it was given was for them to chew, because the sugarcane, you can use it for various purposes.
Yes.
So, and it also has economic value. So I don't want to, and besides, sometimes some persons might give. It might be their widow's mind. It might be
a federal representative.
No. What I'm trying to,
in the House of Reps.
No, you can be. It doesn't matter. You could be a member of the House of Reps. Are we together? But your ideologies, they drive. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that when you get to
the sugarcane might not be at that minute level. Amount. Yes. That's
what I'm saying.
Coming from a high-powered.
No. What I'm saying is that that's the reason for the gesture is what me I'm interested in.
Okay.
If
not the volume of what was done.
No. Because that's if, for instance, it was given.
Yes.
Because there is hardship. There is hardship. So maybe they could choose some sugar cane. Some sugar cane will be laughable, because it would have been better off. Are we together?
I mean,
that even if you want to give, I saw
a tractor coming in there. I foresee
a tractor. That means they want to plant that.
No. I mean, what I envisaged was that it was supposed to come with a tractor.
Okay.
You understand? It was supposed to come, yes, with at least
maybe with
some farms that has been rented already. Then and at least that would make the harvest much more worth it, because what she just did, I mean, she was holding just a bundle of sugarcane sticks. And I know that
maybe
even while they are planting...
Yeah, some males were not around, they would have helped her, because with the Nigerian culture, I don't think they allow females to carry things like sugar cane.
You can see it, you know, you can see it.
Okay,
this will be consumed before it's planted. I mean, while it is being planted, it might even be consumed with the hunger in the land. So I thought at least the least that could have been done is that, make a mechanized farm that all these other people could benefit en masse. Being that, it's a high-powered federal delegation. It's not something that was done by a councillor. It's not something that was done by a chairman, not to talk of a state governor. So with that high-powered, with constituency project, is that going to be recorded as a constituency project and the rest diverted?
It is already recorded.
Oh, yes,
because
sir.
with
Yes, sir.
something that is in public domain is already recorded.
Yes, yes.
So, but like I said, it has to do with the mindset by which the act is done. If it was for them to, maybe those few persons I'm seeing there, maybe it's a gift for them or something, or maybe it's for, since it's for the youth, I think it is good one begins to think outside the box. Giving sugarcane is not the issue. That's where I'm standing or where I'm coming from. Giving sugarcane is not the issue. But if you're given it, what do you intend them to do with it? Are they comfortable? Is it within their poverty to handle it?
Okay. Okay.
Or you're just giving, that's what I'm looking at. Because sometimes, that was why I was talking of widow's bride. It might be that things are tough. It is out of their very tough corners they were able to squeeze that. But if you're squeezing it, why are you squeezing it out?
Okay, sir.
Should be obvious.
Okay, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
sometimes it might be that it is taken out of context. Because
Okay.
if at the right frame of mind, somebody, like maybe, no matter how hungry a man could be, if you just see him carry sugar cane as he's walking on the road and give to him, some will take, some will not take. Are we together?
Yes,
but
sir.
if it is at a point where you're buying sugar cane,
Yes.
and some other persons are there, as you're picking up, you're also giving to other people, it will be
Okay,
better
sir.
appreciated. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
If it is to the extent by which they have to plant, if there is already a laid down program that maybe some quantity will come, you use it to this extent, that's why I'm saying that, because the intention, the intent by which this was carried out is what I don't know, and so I don't want to jump at it or to
Good
say.
one, sir.
But if I know the intention,
Okay.
I can actually tell to either improve it,
Okay.
encourage it, or to also adopt things that can make it more acceptable
Okay, sir.
or appreciated by Nigerians. Because as youths,
Yeah.
there is a lot of significance. Agriculture is something that is productive.
Yes, sir.
If you're calling a program, you've orientated them, there are ways you do things.
Okay.
And it will make the society to be better for it.
All right. We have been discussing extensively, although time is of the essence. And when we are having a decent and mature discussion concerning politics, there is never enough time. But we, in as much as we want more, we have to still be grateful even to our guests. Dr. Atn Politics, the Secretary General of Uniport Alumni River State Chapter, and a political analyst and a baptized politician presently. Doctor, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
It's always
And
a
I like the light that is shining you recently. I mean, I want to get your manifesto when the time comes, sir.
We're there. We're there.
It's a pleasure.
If the people think we can render any
yes,
service,
definitely,
we're always there.
Definitely, sir.
We're
Definitely,
always
sir.
there.
And that is where we wrap it up on ATN Politics. I am your host, Raymond Ken Mbata, and you can stay connected with us and even have a rewatch of what we just did here on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. On X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, or watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. We are open for advert bookings, placements, and even paid interviews. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. Until we come your way, same time on Monday. Have a nice weekend.
Fought a very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.